boy tight.
Hey, yo, we back at it again. It is your boy Ray. Ray's podcast coming live from beautiful downtown Dallas, live from the 9th floor of Hello Studios. Thankful to be alive today. Thankful for blessings, life, health, and strength today. Thank y'all for tuning in with your boy one more time. Greatly appreciate it. We got a great guest in the building. We'll talk to you about that in just a second. Got to give a shout out to all my people at Lyrically Correct. If you think you know your lyric card games, go to lyricallycorrect.com. Put in get 20% off all the copies by putting in Ray23. Great holiday gift this season. Shout out to my people all at Elite Pro Power Washing. You need to get that concrete clean, that chimney, that sidewalk. Go hit them up. Tell them Ray sent you. Holler at my guy Austin. And also, if you're looking to book that next vacation, Lit Vacations is the way to go. Visit them. Tell them Ray from Ray's podcast sent you, all right? It's Ray's podcast. Our goal is to highlight people that are doing such amazing things and great things here in the city of Dallas, but not just in the city of Dallas, all across this great country of ours. But, you tune in, you'll find some good people. You never know who you're going to see on Ray's podcast. So if this is your first time listening or watching Ray's podcast, just know I like to pour back into my people that support me. Sometimes you're going through a rough day, rough week, or rough month. It's a holiday season. Some people may be getting down, bad situations coming up. Let's reset that at this time, okay? Let's hit Control Alt Delete like it's a computer. So I'm going to pour back into you, okay? So just in case no one's told you today, I just want you to know that you're beautiful, you're loved, you're needed, you're alive for a reason, okay? Hey, you're stronger than you think. Whatever it is you're going through right now, you're going to get through this. Here on this show, Ray's podcast, I'm glad that you're alive. And most importantly, I don't want you to give up, okay? So when you hear those positive words and, tough situations come back, you can go back to those. Start telling yourself, I am who I am. I can do what I say I can do, all right? Bet.
You bet. I love it.
We got that. So let me tell you about today's guest, man. Well known now. You may see him on the TV. If you like me, you're a Cowboys fan. We them boys. Woo woo. You may have seen him, on a broadcast. Talk about him. This guy today on the show, he's an extraordinary guest. We have. He's a USA certified boxing trainer. He's a personal trainer, personal wellness coach, Texas super middleweight champ. Am I correct?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. U.S. national boxing team member.
Yes, sir.
6-time Dallas Golden Glove Show champion. So
yes, sir.
You don't want to see this guy in the streets, okay?
Hey.
He's a national champion in the World Series of Boxing team member. Yo, give a warm Ray's podcast welcome to our guy, Mr. Tony Mack, owner of TMack Elite Training. What's up? How we going, man?
I'm beyond blessed, man.
Appreciate you coming in. See, the fans, they love you already. They love you. They can't love you.
I love it.
Love it.
Thank you for having me on the show. I'm honored. I'm blessed to be on the show, and I'm excited, man, to spread the word of all the great stuff you just said, man. You said some amazing things, man. I'm inspired to inspire others. That's what I live my life by inspiring others.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you. Like I said, I know you probably got a lot of stuff going on. It's the holiday season, but you took time out to be with us. We greatly appreciate it, all right?
Most definitely.
All right. So let's just jump right into it, all right?
100%.
Talk to us about your upbringing, man. How you discovered boxing. When did you know you wanted to pursue this full time, put your all into boxing?
I'm going to tell you, my story is a little bit different when it comes to boxing. I started boxing at the age of 20. Like most people started when they was 8, some people 10, 16, a little bit younger. But my entire life I was a terrible athlete, terrible at football, terrible at basketball, terrible at baseball, but I didn't know what direction I wanted to go because I wasn't an athletic person. But it was something about boxing when I found it. It was amazing because my entire life I struggled. I was terrible in school. Like I said, I grew up in Pleasant Grove. I grew up in Chicago. Both of them are home, and so I always felt like I was left out. I always felt like I was left behind. I had cousins and family members that was excellent at sports, but it was something I couldn't play for some reason. I wasn't as good, and and when it comes to school, I always felt like I wasn't smart enough in school. I always felt that I was always behind. Mm-hmm. Like I started late. They told me I had learning disabilities, but somehow I always end up on top. And then when I found boxing at the age of 20, I was like, can't nobody stop me. I said, this is a solo sport. It's you versus another person. When I discovered it, I was like, okay, if I do this, either I'm going to go all in or not, don't do it at all. And so boxing was something I was looking for because I was looking for discipline. I was looking for the respect from my peers. I was looking for something my family nobody done. And so once I discovered boxing, I fell in love with it and stayed with it. And boxing changed my life.
Yeah, as we could tell, from the many accolades we just mentioned. So let's dive into those many accolades, okay? Where you want to start with that? You want to start with the Golden Gloves? You want to talk about being middleweight champ?
Let's start with the Golden Gloves. Let's start with the cause like I said, I started boxing at 20. And my first fight, when I went to the gym, like I said, I was working at a college apartment, picking up trash for free rent at Collin County Apartments. And so in order for me to keep my job, I had to pick up trash and keep the apartments furnished. And so I met this dude. I was helping him move his furniture in his apartments. And so this dude was like ripped and shaped. I was like, yo, I was helping him. I was like, yo, what do you do? He was like, yo, I box. I was like, okay. Never thought nothing of it. And then one day I was also working at the fitness facility at the gym. Mm-hmm. And so he saw me working out one day. He told me, if you want a real workout, come to my gym. Not knowing it was a boxing gym. If he mentioned it, I don't remember. I just showed up. And I walked in. It was a hardcore boxing gym in a garage. It was full of Mexicans, full of the stuff you see on TV only. And then I went in and fell in love with it. I did the workout. I almost died. But the coach was teaching me something. Coach Gus, never shout out to Coach Gus. He said, if you keep this up, you could be a good boxer. And I was like, really? You think so? And by somebody speaking life into me like that, I was like, dang, you think I could be a boxer? So I just rode home and was thinking about it and just kept showing up. 3 months later, I had my first fight. Got my ass whooped. Terrible. It was funny, but I just kept showing up, man. And then a year later, 2006 Golden Gloves happened, and I fought in it, and I won. And I just kept winning. And it was pretty cool, man. The story just is amazing.
Okay. So from there, from winning the Golden Gloves, what happened next? I know you said you became champ. So how long did it take you to become champ?
So next, I just stayed in amateurs. I stayed fighting the small smokers, and then I stayed novice as long as I could stay novice because you have a novice class, then you have an open class. And so I stayed novice. Novice when you have less than 10 fights. So I got all my novice fight in so I could get the experience I needed. And then when I turned open, Big Boy Open means you can fight anybody. You can have 10 fights, but you can fight somebody with 300 fights. Knowing my luck, my first open fight was against Craig Baker. He had like 400 amateur fights. He was ranked number 3 in the nation back then. He was the Texas champion, reigning champion in the amateurs, going to Golden Gloves. And so I had to fight him 2 weeks in a row, back to back, and he whooped my ass both times. I mean, dominated me. But I remember I fought so hard. I remember crying so hard because I really wanted to win. I really wanted to go to the Nationals. That's like one of the biggest goals coming in the amateurs, making it to the Nationals. And so he stopped my dreams. This was in 2008. Mm-hmm. He just stopped me both times. I was like, I was hurting. It was painful. But then that next year, I just kept showing up. Then that next year, 2009 came, I dominated that whole year. I mean, I dominated everybody and made it to the Nationals, and that's when I got ranked. I went to I won Texas. I won Dallas Golden Gloves, won state Golden Gloves, and then when I went to Nationals, I think I lost in the Nationals by my second or third fight. Then a week later, we had to do the USA Nationals, and then the USA States, and then I won USA Dallas Regional States, and then Texas States, and then I went to USA Nationals and made it to the finals. That's when I got ranked number 3 in the nation. Man. And made the USA team. But that's what life is about, right? Persevering, staying persistent, staying consistent, and just keep going no matter what failures go your way, because life is about failures. I love failing because you have no choice but to win.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah, that's like a saying I have. I tell people, if you're persistent, you'll get it. If you're consistent, you'll keep it. So if you're persistent,
can you say that one more time? I'm stealing that.
If you're persistent, you'll get it.
Yeah.
If you're consistent, you'll keep it.
You'll keep it. I love it.
That's something I always try to keep my mind. Okay, even when I don't feel like doing stuff sometimes, but if I keep doing it, I'm gonna get the results that I want. It may not happen right now, but if I keep putting in that work and I keep putting in that effort, it's gonna pay off at some point.
100%.
100%.
I love it.
So let's talk to us. You talked about being a champion. Tell us what that mindset is like being a champion? Because you have to have a certain mindset to be a champion.
Like I said, I wasn't an athlete growing up. I was not a champion growing up, but boxing instilled that in you. Boxing, we call that the chamber of truth, because it's going to show you who's running, who's eating right, who's doing what they're supposed to do outside the gym. So boxing made me a champion because you had no choice. Either you was going to do the work or you was going to get exposed. So I had to develop those disciplines throughout the years. And I was on a fast track because I started so late. And then I got up to a higher level quickly, but without the experience. I was just hungry. I had somehow God blessed me with power. So I was just knocking my way out to the top. But then when I got up to the top, there was a whole nother level. It was dudes been doing it their entire life, national level, international level. So I had no choice but to live that lifestyle. And because I have to spar those guys every day, I have to train with those guys every day. I didn't want to be the guy that slow everybody down on the U.S. team because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. And so you have no choice but to surround yourself with great people, and you have no choice but to pick up those disciplines they have to become a champion. So that's what helped me become a champion. And that's what's helping me now in life.
Facts. So you're talking about, how that's helping you now in life. One of the things I know you're doing right now in life, you have TMack Elite Training, okay? So talk about, how did that come into fruition?
Like I said, I started boxing at 20, and at the age of 30, I was forced into retirement because I had detached retina. I had 5 eye surgeries. I don't know if you ever dealt with detached retina, but it's one of the worst surgeries ever because you got to look down the entire time because they hold the have to do a gas bubble or oil bubble, and you got to look down in order to recover for 2 weeks straight. So I had to walk around with my head down. I had to sleep in a massage bed, look through mirrors to look at the TV. I had 5 of those surgeries. So that was like almost the whole year of 2015 through 2016 of me going through eye surgery. So I developed, going through those eye surgeries, I discovered something called personal development. And shout out to Herbalife, because I didn't know what I was going to do in life. But I was doing Herbalife because one of my buddies was put me on Herbalife. And so they taught me personal development. And so, during the time I was learning, started listening to Les Brown, started listening to Earl Nightingale, one of my favorite mentors ever, Jim Rohn. And then I was like, oh, man, it was inspiring me to do something. And so while I was fighting, I was doing personal training on the side just to make a little extra money, holding mitts and stuff like that. And so I was working for a young man. He was he owned a boxing gym, and so he wasn't the greatest when it come to people. He didn't love boxing the way I love boxing. So I talked to one of my mentors, my manager at the time. I said, I really want to open up my own boxing gym. I really think I could do it. And he straight up told me, he was like, hey, if you're serious, go get an LLC and we could talk. I was like, what the hell is an LLC?
Yeah,
I never heard of LLC until he told me that. And so I did my research. The next 2 or 3 days, I got the LLC. I called my friends and family what I'm naming my gym, and all my friends and family told me. We was coming up with all kind of names, and so I stuck with TMack Elite Training. And then we went to go find a location, and everything. It's a long story behind that location and stuff like that, but everything happened the way it's supposed to happen. And 7 years later, I've been in the same location. I even opened up a second gym at one point, and then things started growing, and it's been a fun journey, man. The journey is the best part of my life. I hope the journey never ends. I want to stay hungry.
Man, that's what's up. That's what's up. Okay.
Yeah.
So say for instance, I was a potential client or another potential client wanted to come to TMack Elite Training. What would they expect?
The first thing you're going to do is take our intro to boxing class. Like, our gym is for all levels. We have anybody that from 5-year-olds to 70-year-olds doing a fitness class. We have elite athletes. But if you really want to learn how to box, do our intro to boxing class on Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. every Saturday. It's a 30-minute class, complimentary. And so we would teach you how to wrap your hands the right way and teach you your basic punches and your basic stance and everything basic, and then you can take the regular classes. So we're here in Allen, Texas, and come check it out.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Okay. So let's get to kind of like, I guess, the elephant in the room, I guess you want to say. Okay.
I got you.
All right. So everybody knows that the Dallas Cowboys are America's team. Whoop, whoop. Okay. And with that, they are featured on a lot of broadcasts. A lot of primetime games because, they bring so much attention to the Cowboys. Okay, reporters and networks, they're always looking for stories to cover and material to have throughout the games. So some people may have seen you. They mentioned you training like Cowboys players such as Michael Parsons, for example, and others. So this is a two-part question for you, okay?
I got you.
How was that feeling seeing your work being broadcast on a big stage like the NBC and networks like that? The experience of working with like high-profile athletes, because you say you train amateurs and everything, but I know it's another skill set to work with already pro athletes, okay? And what has this done for your business after being featured on that huge platform?
For one, the feeling was amazing. It was just one of the best feelings ever because I didn't ask for it. I did not expect to be on TV. I didn't expect to get any of this broadcasting. I didn't expect to get any of it. I was just doing what I was supposed to do. And when I seen myself on Sunday Night Live, man, I felt proud. I felt beyond blessed. I felt favored. I feel like I always had a favoritism with God. Thank God. And God just showcased what happened if you stay consistent, if you stay faithful, if you do what you're supposed to do outside the gym, outside the business, out where nobody's looking. Mm-hmm. When you're doing what's right, when no one's looking, that's when I feel like God's gonna pay it forward. And I feel like all this happened for a reason. Yeah. Because I didn't look for it at all. Everything just fell in my hands. And, when I was going through hard times during my business, when I was going through hard times that nobody knew about, I felt like God always, like, just keep walking straight, keep walking forward, keep walking through hell with a smile on your face, and I'll have something for you. And this what happens, and it was just all God, man, because most people pay for advertisement like that. Most people do their best to get something like that, and I got it all handed to me. Got it all thrown to me, and so it's all God, man. Like 100%. I'm not saying it just to be cliche, man. It's it's 100% being faithful.
I feel that. You know what I'm saying? They said if you have just the faith of a mustard seed, just give him that much faith, what he'll do for you.
100%.
But also, another thing was you were persistent and you got it.
100%.
You're consistent and you're keeping it up. Right
yes,
there.
sir.
So I'll let you use that.
Thank you. I'm gonna use it.
So did they? So how did those guys like Michael Parsons or other athletes? How did they find you? How did they discover TMack?
Man, it all started with Amari Cooper. That dude there is one of the legit dudes I ever met in my life. Least likely source introduced me to Amari. I think it was one of his neighbors. Or I met this person in the Chamber of Commerce, Allen Chamber of Commerce, by me doing the work, showing up to the Chamber of Commerce meetings when I didn't want to. I ended up meeting somebody who knew Amari Cooper, and they was like, hey, I have this client or a neighbor of mine that want to learn how to box. I don't want to tell you who it is, but do you mind if I give them the number? I said, of course. And so he texted me like, yo, this is Amari Cooper. I was like, oh, shit. Yeah. I'm like, all right, what up? He was like, yo, I want to learn how to box. I said, all right, show up to the gym Monday morning, 10:30 a.m., I see you there. He didn't ask me a question. He just showed up. And then me and him got really cool. So his entire offseason, he trained with me. And then that was in January. And on my birthday, April 13th, I was chilling, eating breakfast. And then he texted me like, yo, me and Michael Parsons at the gym, we want to get some work. I stopped what I was doing. Like, I rushed up to the gym. And then me and Micah, we started chopping it up. We trained. And then, on my birthday, whenever you have a birthday at my gym, you have to do birthday burpees. So whatever. So I was like, I got to do something. People, I was trying not to tell people it's my birthday, but everybody remembered it. So I'm like, no, Tony, you make us do birthday burpees. It's your turn. And I was like, crap. I was like, man, I don't feel like doing 38 birthday burpees. 38 burpees. Then Mike was like, I'm doing with you. And then we both killed the birthday burpees. And then next thing you know, we've been locked in since. And Micah, he's been an ambassador. He's been training with me during all season. And then he brought in the coach, Dan Quinn. He brought in the defensive line coach. He brought in entire defensive line. And then somehow, not even through Micah, then Brandon Cooks found that about me. I think through my cousins, somebody told Brandon Cooks, and Brandon Cooks came through, and he brought Stephon Gilmore. Then next, it's just naturally all happening, man. And it just naturally happened.
Man, I'm so happy to hear that for you.
Thank you.
That's so amazing to hear that for you. We talked about the Allen Chamber of Commerce. So you know my guy. I don't know if you know my guy Dane up there. He owns 2 rows out there in Allen.
I do. I heard about him, but everybody been telling me I need to meet him.
Yeah.
But I haven't met him yet.
Yeah, you holler at Dane, go up in the 2 rows.
Yeah.
I used to go in there. I haven't been there in a while, but yeah, that's my little.
Bane, is it Bane?
Bane, yeah, Bane.
Bane. Okay,
I don't know why I said
somebody.
Dane, yeah.
No, I knew you. I think I was like, crap. I saw a couple of my guys told me I need to meet him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, cool. So, this is the part of the show. If this is your first time listening to Ray Ray's podcast, or if you're an OG vet of Ray Ray's podcast, we got this segment. It's called Slow Down. I just want to get to know you. Slow down. We just want to get to know you. This is where we kind of just ask some fun, random questions. We don't know where we're gonna go. We get to know TMack a little bit more. All right.
I'm an idiot, so don't try to get me too quick.
Okay.
I'm just joking. I'm the smartest man on this earth.
Also,
speak life.
Yeah, speak life, right? Also, got to remember that the Slow Down segment is brought to you by Lyrically Correct. It is a music trivia card game. See if you know your lyrics, like the 90s, 2000s hip hop R&B. We may see if TMack knows his lyrics later. We're going to see what's up with that. But if you think you're lyrically correct, go to lyricallycorrect.com, put in the promo code RayRay23. Get 20% off the different editions of the Lyrically Correct game. And, it's a good holiday stocking stuffer or a gift for your loved one. So check them out, okay? All right, before we move any further, what I like to do is when we start off this Slow Down segment, I want you to shout out all your social medias, your businesses. You want people to find you and follow you at, okay?
All right. So I have Instagram. We got TMack Elite Training. You can find me on TMack Elite Training Instagram. And then my personal page is TonyMack_official. My Facebook is Tony Mack the Second. Twitter is TKO Tony Mack. TikTok TMack Elite Training. My website TMackEliteTraining.com. Yeah, that's it.
Man, you should heard all the sites and the socials. Make sure you meet him up and follow him. He's doing great things. He's doing some amazing work. Man, keep supporting and showing love to this brother. Okay, cool. We're gonna jump it off like this. TMack, my guy. What makes you feel like your best self?
What make me feel like my best self?
Mm-hmm.
Man, when I wake up in the morning early, read something inspiring, have a cup of coffee, and get to work right away, and I feel very productive. And when I'm chilling with the wifey, man, I just feel very special, and that bonding time is amazing.
Yes, it is. Okay. So, if I was Ray, the movie director, movie producer, and I wanted to make a biopic about Tony Mack, the TMack film, all right? Yeah. What actor would you want to play you in a movie about you?
I feel like I'm one of the sexiest chocolate mans on this earth, big chocolate. But, if I have to pick somebody else, I would go with Morris Chestnut, Tay Diggs, Idris.
Okay.
Who else? I'll go one of those, yeah.
Okay. Hey, he told you, that's chocolate man. Dark skin
chocolate
brothers.
Man coming back.
We in season right now. Sorry about you light skin brothers. Y'all had y'all moment.
Hey, y'all had y'all moment.
Darky's
coming back, taking over.
All right, man. Here's a question for you. What would you consider the greatest invention ever?
Shoot. Oh, man, that's a good one. I would say lights, electricity.
That is definitely
one of the greatest automobiles. Because they would have sucked walking here. Taking a horse here. Cell phones, communication. I got something to do with electricity, right?
Oh yeah, it has to do with electricity.
Homes. So many things. It's just amazing.
Man, I think if I would have to answer that question, I'm gonna have to say a woman. It's probably the greatest thing that was ever.
The only guy created that one, so I was like, women is amazing. Shout out to my wife. Love you.
And shout out to the wifey out there. Yoga pants, sundresses.
Oh my
those
God.
are all great inventions.
Something else, but you all right.
Yeah. Okay. So if there's something you would consider that would be a worst but great invention, or a great/worst invention,
social media.
That's my answer.
Shit is crazy.
Yeah.
It just ruin people's lives. It could just make people feel insecure. It could, if you don't have a strong mind and a strong will, you would not make it. I see people comparing themselves, because comparison is one of the greatest thieves.
Yeah.
And I catch myself doing it at times. I see somebody doing something amazing, and I learned a long time ago there's a difference between being jealous and envious. And some people could be envious of you, of your success, or you could be envious, or you could be very jealous. But jealousy can inspire you to do something good. Like, I'm not jealous, but I'm inspired to do something what he's doing. But some people don't know how to separate those feelings. And so I would say social media could be one of the worst inventions ever.
Oh, for sure, because like I noticed this one time. I went to at a sporting event or a concert. I was like, man, look at all these people with their phones out. They have to record it to just prove that they were there instead of just living in the moment. I remember as a 90s going into Reunion Arena, not having no cell phones. I remember people, had flash photography like that, but like people lived in the moment.
Yeah.
Now it's about validation, like, oh, I'm here front row.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't even have eye-to-eye connection no more. Everybody on their phone. You can't even have a conversation anymore because it's everything on the phone.
Yeah.
And I get caught up in it too, so I'm not perfect. So I stop myself. I'm aware of it, and I try to be intentional sometimes. So,
man, one of the things I try to do when I'm out at dinner, when I'm with my friends or people, I try to turn my phone face down.
mm-hmm.
So you know that I'm trying to give you my undivided attention.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried about what's going on the phone. So I'm
100%.
here. That's one of the things I try to do. Okay.
Yeah.
So if there was a warning label on you, what would it say?
Oh my gosh. I would say something inappropriate, but
All right. Tell me what you want to say.
nah, man, I'm just joking. A warning label. Hey, my smile. Like, be careful, because you will get and you will get intrigued at me. Like, oh my gosh, this guy's such a great guy. I'm in love with this guy. Everyone fall in love with the smile. So, warning label.
Okay. Hey, what song would you say best describes you?
Oh my gosh, all the Kanye West songs. Kanye is my favorite artist.
Okay.
Like Champion, Wait Till I Get My Money Right. So many. We Major. Oh man, crap. That's a really good one. I love songs that inspire, like inspire. What else can I? Crap, that's a good one. But I'm gonna have to say, so many Kanye songs that the not the late registration. That's one of my albums, but College Dropout was one of my favorite albums. That's when he was hungry.
Yeah.
And when I was training, that's when Kanye was popping. Man, I used to run like crazy to all his music. And that Meek Mill song, the intro, Dreams and Nightmares. Yo, that really got me fired up, because the mindset of that song, he really just motivates you and really get you going, and just the lyrics are just crazy so much.
Yeah, that's a great one. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So one of the biggest fights of this year was Crawford versus Spence. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Look at this.
Okay, you got the shirt on. Look at it. You got the shirt on. Okay. We all saw the outcome of the fight. It was very dominant for Crawford.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, if you were coaching Spence in that fight, what would you coach him on to have a different outcome of the fight?
All right, so for most of y'all don't know,
get the victory.
Derek James was my coach when I was boxing, when I was pro. Earl Spence was my number one sparring partner. We sparred our entire career. We grew up together. We won Golden Gloves together. I think Derek James did a phenomenal job, but I think something happened outside of the ring that EJ ain't telling nobody.
Yeah.
I think that his nutrition wasn't right. He probably dehydrated himself too low. He probably had an injury, because he had multiple injuries. I don't know if the car wreck caught up with him. I think Derek was doing a good job, but I don't think. I think something happened outside the ring, because EJ was too sluggish. He was too slow to the punch. Or Terrence Crawford was just that better. It's because you're gonna always meet your match. Some people know how to do it right. Some people know how to pick the battles, but EJ's a dog. EJ don't run away from no fights. Yeah. I seen that man knock out heavyweights. I grew up in the gym with him, so I think Terrence Crawford was just the better man. I think he's a bit quicker than EJ. He's a smaller fighter, so of course you're gonna be quicker. And so I think Terrence Crawford timing was a little better, and I think EJ timing was off. I think that one thing I do think, let me say this right, I don't want to disrespect Derek James. because I love Derek James. He's one of my mentors, man. Him talk all the time. I think that they probably trained the exact same for all the other fights, but didn't switch it up because they figured that EJ's the biggest guy, the bigger guy. He
The
probably,
power advantage.
The power advantage. I think he was going to knock him out, which he could have, but I think they didn't think Terrence Crawford was going to be that good. And so I think they would have switched up one or two things in training. I think next time they got him.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, they say speed kills, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Speed kills, okay. All right. What you think about this one, all right? You know, this term gets thrown out there a lot. GOAT, okay?
You say GOAT.
GOAT.
I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
Who is the GOAT boxer, in your opinion?
Marvin Hagler. Because he had that war. Like every time he went to fight, every time he fought, he had that war hat. He lived boxing. He was one of the greatest boxers, in my opinion. He didn't play boxing. He fought. He laid it all out on line every time he fought. His skills was really good, and he was tough. He didn't care. He was either going to kill or get killed. Mm-hmm. My second GOAT is Andre Ward. I love Andre Ward, one of my favorite fighters. He lived boxing. He was a technician. He did everything right, inside and outside the ring. Third GOAT, Ali. You got to put Ali in your top 5. He wasn't my favorite, but everybody else, he's number 1. But for me, Sergio Martinez.
Okay.
He started boxing at the age of 20 and became a real champion. He used to do bicycle. He used to ride bikes for a living. He was like a professional bike rider, but then he started boxing at 20 years old and became a real champion. So I studied everything he did when I first found out he started at 20. And so those are my GOATs.
Okay. So let's you said Sergio Martinez,
Andre Ward,
Marvin Hagler,
Ali,
and
number 5, I would go with Tyson.
Of course.
Yeah, you know, Tyson is a dog, man. He's showing you what to do. He lived a terrible life. Even while he was boxing, he had the wrong people around him, but he reinvented himself right now. He's doing good things right now. So I'll put Tyson in my top 5.
Okay. So out of all the boxers in history, you know, how you create a player or create a boxer, okay? Out of all the boxers in history, I want you to build your ideal boxer with attributes from some of the best boxers in the world.
All right, so I would use Andre Ward, ring generalship. I would use Muhammad Ali, toughness, chin, toughness. I would use Sugar Ray Leonard, speed. Marvin Hagler, power. Tyson, power. Sergio Martinez, will, because he was hungry. Floyd Mayweather, charisma. Who got it? Did I say Mike Tyson, power?
You already said Mike Tyson, power, yeah. I think that'd be the first thing I'd say.
Yeah, yeah.
Tyson, so power. That's first.
Shakur Stevenson, he's one of the greats right now. I really like him. It's just the way he think. He think really fast. He uses his jab on everything. His footwork is on point. And so Shakur Stevenson, total boxing, everything. Shakur Stevenson is one of the best boxers to me.
Okay. All right. So if you were a boxing promoter.
Mm-hmm. I am, by the way, at TMack Elite Promotions. I do have my own promotions. I just did my first card a couple of months ago at Tower Club.
Okay, I gotta go to. Let me know about the next one. I
got you.
Got me for the next one. All right. So your dream boxing card, fighters from different generations and eras. If you could put them against each other to make your ultimate boxing card, what would that look like?
Of course, the main event would be Tyson versus Ali because everybody asked that question.
Okay.
The undercard would be Mayweather versus the co-main event would be Mayweather versus Sugar Ray Robinson. Let's see that. And then the co-undercard would be, let's see what Earl Spence and Sugar Ray Leonard got.
Okay.
Or then Terrence Crawford versus Marvin Hagler.
Okay.
Heavyweights, I would go with Floyd Patterson versus see what Anthony Joshua got.
Okay. Okay.
Anthony Joshua. And then the small guys, let's get smaller. I would go with, let's think of my small guys.
What about Julio Cesar Chavez?
Julio Cesar Chavez versus, see Tank Davis. See what he got.
Oh.
Julio versus Tank.
Oh man, you got a super card. Man.
Yeah, I got a super card.
I mean that card would cost some
Oh,
money
yeah,
on pay per view.
hey, yo.
That's a $500 pay per view.
Yeah, right there, yep.
$500 pay per view. Buy it. Okay. All right. So, I want to get your opinion on something here. What are your thoughts on the celebrity fights and like people like the Paul brothers in boxing?
I respect it. I'm not jealous. I'm not mad at nobody hustle. But the thing I do like about Jake Paul is at first I didn't think nothing of it. At first I thought it was BS until I saw how he was really training. He was really living the life of a boxer. Like if he was playing boxing, if he wasn't taking it serious, if he was just BSing, then I would kind of throw shade.
Yeah.
But I actually hear from the real boxers, my peers, that he actually is in the gym living the life of a boxer. And so if you could do that, do what it takes to become a fighter and not play boxing, I respect it. So I have no problems with it as long as you live in the sport because guys like myself, other guys been doing it for so long and we deserve that shot. But if you have a platform to get you there, who am I to tell you can't do it, man? God has a place and reason for everything. And so they bring a light to boxing for us, for all the boxers.
Yeah, yeah. Never knock another man's hustle.
Never, because everybody had their own path. Everybody had their own dream. So
okay. So, recently we've seen some of these athletes fight each other, like Deron Williams here from Dallas. What's the guy? Frank Gore.
Yeah.
Ocho Cinco.
Yeah.
Box 2. Okay. So, if you could see athletes from other sports fight, what two athletes would you like to see each other fight?
Who was this? Crap. Because I want Kamari. He's getting good. He got in the ring as part of a real boxer.
Who did?
Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper?
I will see Amari Cooper. He said it was some DB that he do not like. I'm going to make He was like, yo, or it was a running back that I always talk noise. I forgot. He was like, yo, I want to take him out, man. He was like, I want to drop him. Who was that? I think he said, well, hold on, I think he said he don't like Leonard Fournette. I think it was Leonard Fournette.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, please don't judge me. He's like, I want to take him out. So I'm gonna get some. I would say Amari versus Leonard Fournette or basketball players who get on my nerves. Who I want to like? Yo, this dude, he's get on my nerves. Let me think.
We gonna put this fight on the TMack promotional
know,
card.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
I know, right? Get a celebrity boxing. I'm training Greg Hardy right now. He's one of my fighters.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's one of my.
Yeah.
I literally just left the gym with him, so I'm building him up. So.
I know he's doing UFC. Is he still doing that?
Yeah, he's boxing 3-0 now.
Okay.
3-0, so we are moving him slow. So everybody be on the lookout for Greg Hardy. Man, that's a good one, man, because I would have to put my money on Amari Cooper versus an NBA player because I seen him. Amari's a beast. Yeah. I trained him personally. Michael Parsons, he's not a punk neither, man. That dude can punch, and he got work at it. So, yeah, I'll put him against an NBA. I want to see an NBA versus
NFL players. What do you
Yeah.
Them guys may have the reach. That's about it.
That's it.
Okay. So, as a boxer, I'm sure you've seen the movie Rocky, okay?
Mm-hmm.
If that scenario was to ever happen to you, or like a big champ needs someone to fill in, and, they say, TMack, we want you to fight Apollo Creed. You taking the fight?
If he dies, he dies.
That's like,
of course I would take the fight.
That's what's up. All right. So I always like to wrap up each interview with these two questions, okay? The first question is, if you could give any advice to anyone, no matter what the subject is, what would it be? And secondly, what do you want people to take away from the podcast you did with me today?
Any advice? First advice is don't ever let anyone put limitations on you. You could do what you put your mind to. It's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. But success comes to those who don't quit. Success comes to those who accept failure because failure is a part of life. Failure is more important than success sometimes because if you don't try, how would you know?
Yeah.
That's like the worst thing ever is like I think the biggest, the dumbest thing you could do is not go for it at all or do nothing. Doing nothing is worse than anything. So just go for it. Who cares what people think about you? Don't care what nobody think about you. Just go for it. And one of the things I got from this podcast today is that I got to meet you. You're a real cool dude. I appreciate you. Shake hands. I appreciate you, homie. And you just said, could you give me my quote again? I need the consistent quote.
Okay. If you're persistent,
you'll
get it.
You'll get it.
If you're consistent,
you'll
keep it.
Okay, let me see. If you're persistent, you'll get it. If you're consistent, you'll keep it.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, nuggets. I love it.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure getting to know you better, man. I hope I see. Just like you have an open invitation. Anytime you want to come back, you got to promote the next fight or anything like that. Hey,
can I say something?
Yeah.
Dallas, Texas. Be on the lookout. We have a new professional boxing league called TCL, Team Comeback League. It's Dallas have a team, and there's 12 other states have their team. And so we take 24 fighters. It's 8 weight classes, and you take 2 fighters per weight class, and they fight 1 round each weight class. And the winner of each of those rounds win a fight. So it's team boxing. So it's really cool. And Dallas, Texas had their own team, so we call it Dallas Enforcers. We're doing tryouts this weekend at my gym, December 2nd and 3rd, 11 o'clock. So if you think you're one of the greatest boxers in Dallas, come try out for the team and come represent your city, because we are fighting L.A., Atlanta, Las Vegas, Boston, New York. So we got to show that Dallas had the best talent ever. And this is real boxing, professional boxing. So if anybody thinking they're a tough man and never had no boxing experience, don't show up. I'm looking for real fighters in Dallas, Texas to come show up for the tryouts.
Okay, bet. Y'all make sure y'all tune up. Again, yeah, thank you so much. We appreciate that. We'll be seeing you soon. We're going to stay in contact, all right?
Yes, sir.
So I start off the show with positive words, and I like to end off with positive words. So I like y'all to get y'all swag on, rub your hands like your Birdman, okay? Tell yourself, I will boss up mentally. I will boss up spiritually. I will boss up physically, and I will boss up financially. Invest in yourself. It's your boy Ray Ray's podcast. We'll catch you on the next time, all right?
Hey, get money all day, get money all night. Sip my drink home, let's get right. Getting paid, I'm getting paid. Hey, get money all day, get money all night. Sip my drink home, let's get right. Getting paid,